Everybody knows that ladies like a knight in shining armor. That's why whenever I go out to the club, I always go in full armor.
Oh, well, that
And I ride a horse.
sounds kind of sweaty.
I don't get into a lot of places,
Huh.
but I'm sure it would work for me someday.
Yeah,
What do
I'm
you mean
sure
I can't check my sword?
Yeah.
it's the horse's fault.
Anyway, Kaytelin is on the phone right now to do a second date, and apparently she met a knight in shining armor, but now he's not calling her back. What's up, Kaytelin? How are you?
Hey, I'm doing okay. How are you?
Not
Doesn't
too
sound
bad.
like a very good night if he's not calling you back.
Well, I don't know why he's not responding to me or anything.
Okay. What's the name of the dude you want to call?
His name is James.
James. Sir James?
Sir James.
Sir James.
I like it.
And where'd you meet James?
So we met at the club the other night. It's kind of weird how I met him, though. I don't know if you guys have been to any clubs recently, but, there are a lot of creepers out there.
Yeah,
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
think that's just
Yeah.
a recent thing. That's like since clubs were invented thing.
Exactly. There's a lot of, weird guys. That's why I don't like to go too often. But I was there with my girls, and there was just this group of guys that came up to us, and they were being very rude. We just didn't like the way they were talking to us, and they were kind of getting in our personal space. And then suddenly this guy comes, out of nowhere, right? This is James, and he just pushes one of the guys.
Whoa.
I totally did not expect this. It was a really sweet gesture.
Sir James to the rescue.
It's sweet.
Yeah.
It was sweet that he physically assaulted someone. Were they being that rude?
They were, and we didn't know how to get out of the situation. We were
Okay.
standing there awkwardly, so the fact that he came in and broke that up was great.
Okay.
But then it kind of got a little messy though, because one of the guys pushed James back, and it turned into a fight.
Okay.
No.
I mean, the bouncer had to come, and he ended up kicking James out, which is stupid because James was the guy that was trying to help us in the first place.
Yeah, but he
Right.
started the
Still can't fight in the
Right.
club, though.
Yeah.
I mean, so I was over there. I was pissed. So I went outside just to thank him for what he did for us. But then we just started talking, and there was just something about him that was really nice. He was a funny guy. Literally, after 4 or 5 minutes, we were already making out.
What?
Wow.
Oh.
Sounds like that little move worked for him.
Oh.
And it doesn't sound like you did a lot of talking. You did 4 or 5 minutes of talking is what it kind of amounts to.
I mean, we were both a little bit frustrated with everything that happened, and it was just the moment, you know?
I'm just
Okay.
really upset right now. You know what I
Yeah.
do when I'm upset? Make out with a random stranger.
Now I feel
I don't know,
bad.
it works for me, so I loved it.
Hey, props.
So you guys were making out in a bar, I assume, since you weren't at the club anymore. Did you go home with them?
Okay, so yeah, we ended up going to my place.
Oh,
It was a good night, okay? That's all I'm going to say. It was really good. But
You
Okay.
jousted with the knight that
Sir
saved you in the club,
James.
didn't you?
yeah.
I think he did all the jousting. Though.
Yeah.
Well, this is why I'm confused right now because the next morning he left early and I was tired, so I didn't really know what was going on. But when I got out of bed, I saw that he left his sweater in my room.
Okay.
And I texted him, I was like, hey, you left your sweater. And then I even took a picture of myself wearing his sweater, a kind of sexy picture. And I sent it to him, Well, I thought it was cute. I thought he'd like it.
For sure.
Yeah.
Totally.
I would
Isn't
think
that-
I would like that.
I would love
And
it.
that's the point of leaving the sweater, right? So that he can contact you again.
I figured he was in a rush to go somewhere, but I just don't understand, he's just not been replying to me.
He didn't even respond to your cute sweater picture that you sent him?
Right. It was such a cute picture. Honestly, I looked really
God.
good.
That's gotta be the worst. He's leaving you hanging after a sexy pic.
Doesn't even want the
Yeah.
sweater.
Yeah.
Uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I don't get what his problem is, honestly, because we didn't have any issues that night. It was such a fun night together, and now the
Right.
reason, he's not responding to me, I would assume he might have just broke his phone or something. That's the only thing that might make sense to me right now is that,
Which isn't gonna work well for us if we have to call him next.
Yeah.
yeah, but it's weird. I mean, maybe he's involved with someone, but I don't know why he'd be talking to me then and staying over at my place if he's with someone else. So I'm
Yeah, because that never happens. Never happens like that. Is there anything else you could think of that happened that night that might have turned him off?
really nothing comes to mind right now. I want to figure it out because it's been bugging me a lot, and I
Okay.
miss him. So,
All right. Well, we'll play a song and then come back and call him and get your second date, okay?
okay.
Okay, hang on. They say that the way to a man's heart is through his stomach.
Oh, yeah.
And if that's true, then the way to a woman's heart is by punching another guy in the face.
What? No. That is.
That's
Not
it.
correct.
That is the way
inaccurate.
to get any woman. Just punch somebody in the face, and they will fall in love. Kind of like Kaytelin, who's on the phone for a second date right now. She met a dude named James out at the club. A bunch of other guys were being kind of creepy, and then James stepped in and started to fight one of them. They didn't actually throw punches, but they pushed back and forth, and then he got kicked out by bouncers. She went outside to thank him for his heroic efforts, and then they struck up a conversation, started making out, and then they went back to her place, and she woke up the next morning. He was gone, but he did leave his sweater, and she even texted him with a cute picture in his sweater, like, I got your sweater, yeah, come get it. I don't know if that's exactly what she said, but
and it's exactly how her voice sounds, too.
Yeah, exactly. But he hasn't responded to her at all, and she's wondering why, so we'll find out in just a second.
And if it was just a one-night thing, I mean, maybe that's all he was looking for. Why are you expecting more, I guess?
I don't know. I just think that nowadays there are no like knight in shining armors, you know, and the fact that this guy was so brave and he stood up for me and my friends, you know, it's really rare. It was just a lot of fun. And I think we have a lot of chemistry, so I just want to speak with him.
Okay. Well, dial this phone number right now and see if we can get him on the phone. You ready?
Okay.
Here we go.
Hello?
Hey, is this James?
Yes?
Hey, what's up, James? How are you? This is Jubal from Brook and Jubal in the Morning.
Who are you?
Jubal from Brook and Jubal in the Morning. It's a radio show.
Hi.
Hi.
What's going on?
Not much, man. What's going on with you?
Just working and...
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Work sucks, huh?
Did I win anything?
No, I'm actually calling you because we got an email about you.
Oh, okay. Is something wrong?
I don't know. I'm hoping to find out from you. We got an email about you from somebody who listens to our show. Her name is Kaytelin.
Oh, okay.
And you hung out with Kaytelin the other day. And by hung out, I mean everything hung out.
Okay.
Okay.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know who she is. I'm not sure if I really want to get into that situation again.
We do a segment on our show called The Second Dates, where if you go out with somebody and end up not calling them back, they can email us to get you on the phone and ask what happened. And Kaytelin told us how you guys met. She told us you guys spent the night together. She also said she's been trying to get a hold of you, but you won't call her back or text her back or anything.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to get more involved than I already am with her.
Do you think she's just like drama? I mean, she told us how you like pushed a guy at the club that was bugging them.
Yeah, those guys are douchebags, but she was like sending me these photos that were like risque. And, well, first off, she was wearing a sweater, and she sent me this photo with a sweater on.
Yeah, she told us that you left your sweater there. And she tried to be cute and text you a picture with your sweater on. And you didn't even respond to that.
I know, I felt really bad for her. Like, you're so vulnerable when you send pictures like that, and then to get, like, zero response.
I know. The thing is, I didn't go out with a sweater that night, so it's not my sweater.
Oh, okay.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I went out with a jacket, and I came home with my jacket.
So you think she sent you a picture in another dude's sweater thinking that it was yours?
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. I'm saying that she sent a text wearing the sweater, and she said she found it in her sheets. And so I'm just thinking, I don't know whose sweater that is or how many other sweaters she has.
Oh, my God. That is so
I could
embarrassing
see-
for her.
I could see you being like, whoa, that's kind of a little too much.
Like, whoa, those were dirty sheets.
Yeah, I don't even want to think about that.
Oh, man. Before the sweater picture happened, did you have every intention of seeing her again?
I mean, yeah, we had a great time. I can't complain about the night. I didn't like that I was getting texts with other dudes' sweaters on.
Yeah, I can understand that. You might not like this as well, James. Kaytelin is actually on the other line listening and wants to talk to you.
Hey, James.
Oh, no.
So are you telling me that that was not your sweater that was at my
Oh,
house?
Lord. I didn't know you were on the phone, so, I shouldn't have maybe said what I said, but yeah, no, I didn't.
That's not your sweater.
No, that's not my sweater.
Okay, so whose is it then?
don't think he
You think
knows.
yeah, I mean,
How would he
I
know?
think you probably know better than James.
It's in your bed.
I don't know whose sweater that is. Maybe you know. I would hope you would know whose sweater is laying around in your sheets.
Look, I swear you were wearing it. I even remember hugging you, and it smelled really good. It smelled like your cologne, and it had to have been yours. I mean, there's no doubt in my mind about that.
No, I'm pretty sure. I think I know if it's my sweater, and I don't know. Maybe you should ask the last person you slept with.
Well, I mean, I had a Tinder date last week, but that was a whole week ago. Like, I would have noticed it by now.
Okay, so that was the last time you hooked up. Was like a week before me.
Yeah, I mean, there was another guy the weekend before that, but we didn't really even
Lord.
get to anything that night.
Hey.
So,
Listen, it is fine for Kaytelin to be an adult woman who enjoys sexual experiences. That is a totally fine thing.
Yeah, no, that is fine. She's fine being whoever she wants, but maybe make sure when you're texting the guy a picture of his sweater, make sure it's the actual owner of the sweater.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, you don't necessarily, like anybody, like if you're not with anybody, you can do whatever you want with whoever you want, but you don't necessarily want to know about it, you know what I mean?
Totally.
Oh, yeah.
I'm interested now, like, finding the owner of this sweater.
Yeah, maybe you guys can go out, like, not necessarily on even a date, just go out and try to find who the sweater belongs to.
oh my God. Wait, I think I know what happened.
I think what happened is you sent him a picture in another dude's sweater. What do you think happened?
The sweater wasn't from a guy that I was with.
Then who
My
is it from?
roommate. I let her use my bed to
What?
get it on with guys. Yeah.
What?
No,
No,
you're
Kaytelin,
lying.
don't do that. Stay with
Yeah,
stay
that's
with
almost-
the truth.
That's
The
almost
truth is
worse than if
better.
it was, like, actually
Yeah.
a dude that you hooked up with.
No, I mean, my room is a lot cleaner than hers. Like, I let her get away with it once in a while, but
How
Kaytelin, don't
convenient.
do this. And how gross that you're letting her do that and then like not cleaning things up afterwards. Like all
Yeah,
of
wash
it. Like
the
that is a
sheets.
much worse
God.
situation for you, Kaytelin.
look, James, like, this doesn't have to affect us. Like, I'm so sorry. Like, it was probably her guy that she was sleeping with. Let's just forget this happened, okay? Because now I know that it wasn't your sweater, okay? So can we give this another shot, or
James, would you like to go on a second date with Kaytelin? We will pay for it.
I mean, you were enjoying your time up until that sweater picture.
Yeah,
And it was an honest mistake. It's not like she's cheating on anyone.
Mm-hmm.
Can I just ask you a question, Kaytelin?
yeah?
Do you ever wash your sheets?
It's a very good question, James.
I do, okay?
I'm down to go out again, for sure, as long as you get rid of every dude's shirts and shoes that are left all around the place.
I feel like that's fair.
Got a lot of cleaning up to do, huh?
That's a fair assessment.
Hey, this was just my roommate that was messing things up for us. So, yeah, we can go out. But just
Okay.
don't think
I was
that I'm
just
that type
messing
of
with
person
you.
that's just sleeping around, because I'm not that person.
She's not that type of girl, James.
It's
She slept
okay
with you
if
after
are.
meeting you for 4 minutes at a bar, but still not that type of girl.
James was different.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know.
it's okay, Kayla. It's okay.
Well,
Club, it's totally cool.
cool. We'll send you guys out again, and this is the first successful second date I think we've had in a while.
Yeah, you were right.
All right, sounds good. I can't wait to see you again.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm excited to see you too, James.
All right, cool.
And James, if you go over to her house and there is no roommate, then you're not gonna think twice. And Kaytelin, go find a roommate.